Hi, I'm Tonya Caruso. Welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. Are there some changes needed in the state's power of attorney law? Well, joining us in our studios this half hour is State Representative Jesse White. Thank you so much for coming in and talking with us today.
Always great to be here.
So you say yes, and why? Let's talk about where the law is right now.
Absolutely, and one of the things I think people need to realize is powers of attorney, it's a law that a lot of people don't understand. I know in my prior life as a practicing lawyer, people would come in and say, I need a power of attorney. And they would have no idea what the document did. And what they need to realize, that's an incredibly powerful document. You are giving someone else, anybody else, the ability to do basically anything legally in your name. Borrow money, make loans, deal with insurance. I mean, there's a lot of different things there, and people really need to be aware of this. And there are some areas where there could be people taken advantage of under current law that we want to try to tighten up.
Right, and I guess most commonly you hear about it in situations if there is someone who is elderly, and maybe it's a family member or maybe it's just a friend if there are no younger family members around. So is this kind of the impetus and how this came about?
Right. I mean, typically when you're going to see a power of attorney used is whenever you have somebody that's not able to do things for themselves, and a lot of it's the day-to-day stuff. I can't sit down and write out my checks anymore. I can't pay my bills. I can't, it might be something as simple as I can't hear to call and talk to my doctor on the phone. Something real simple like that. You need someone to do it, and a lot of times now with the privacy laws and requirements, you need to have a formal legal document giving you that authority. So you sign a power of attorney. The problem that we've run into, and this is one of the things that my legislation will address directly, is that let's say you give me power of attorney, and I then take that power of attorney and without you knowing it, go and do a lot of stuff I shouldn't do. Mix the money, I pay myself, I do things I shouldn't be doing that are clearly illegal under the law. Mm-hmm. The problem is, under current law, the only person that can bring an action in court to punish me is you. And since you're the one that trusted me with the power of attorney, right, and there's obviously a reason you gave it to me to begin with, you might not be aware of what the situation is. So one of the main changes we wanted to make in the law is in the same scenario we just had. Say you have a next door neighbor who just kind of sees what's going on, and they see that your power of attorney is being abused. Right. They would then have standing to file an action in court on your behalf and say, hey, that guy's taking advantage of her. I want the authorities to step in and do an investigation. It fills a huge hole in the law right now.
And so clearly, I mean, this is something that every family eventually at some point will probably deal with. So where do we stand right now in terms of where is the bill exactly and kind of what is the timeline here?
Well, the power of attorney law itself is a huge statute because it deals with so many different areas, banks, real estate, I mean, you name it, it touches everything. So what we did was, instead of trying to pull on one thread and have the whole thing unravel, we did, back in my first year in the legislature in 2007, we did House Resolution 484. It allowed for a study by the Joint State Government Commission. What they did was a comprehensive overview of Pennsylvania's power of attorney statute, and we had to make a decision. Do we go with Pennsylvania, as in a lot of things, we have our own version of the law. We don't go with the uniform that everybody else does. So the question was, do we make changes to our existing law, or do we just go totally to the uniform law that other states employ? We put a commission together of experts from all the different legal disciplines. They came back with a report that's about this thick. What it basically says is, stay with our law, but make a series of changes designed to tighten up consumer protections and to help protect the people that are giving the powers of attorney. And that's what this legislation is designed to do.
Okay, so any idea how long?
Well, we're at the end of the legislative session right now. Mm-hmm. So in theory, if I'm back in Harrisburg next January, this will probably be the first bill I introduce. It's something I've been working on for almost 4 years now, and I feel really passionate about because it's something that makes a true difference in people's day-to-day lives.
Right, and do you feel there's enough support on both sides of the aisle?
I think there is, and I think that I've definitely gotten some bipartisan support. There have been a lot of high-profile cases, some of them here in the Pittsburgh area, that we can point to, and I think we'll be able to use that to make it go.
Well, it's an important topic. Do come back. We'll talk about this and some other things. Thanks for coming in.
Great, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. I'm Tonya Caruso. Thanks for watching Comcast Newsmakers. We'll send you back now to HLN.